Right, Amin. We've got Amin. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu Sheikh, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good.
Amin? Where are you joining
Yeah.
us from again? Share with us, remind
Yeah,
us.
Texas, as
Texas, Texas, Texas. All right.
previously, yeah. Yeah,
All
just kind of want to talk about the kind of the main theme for today. You know,
sure. Let's go.
أليس الصبح بقريب. Um,
Allahu Akbar. That
the
is
kind of the
incredibly.
the dawn is.
Honestly, I love that verse. Wallahi, since I memorized when I was doing hifth, um, it must have been what, like 99 or something, 1999, something like that. But that verse always hit me, and I always thought it's such an epic title for something like a book. Alaysa subhu biqarib.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Sorry, you were saying.
So I was saying and then you were kind of mentioning how like even in like failure. Well, God knows, about your failure. So,
Yeah.
but in terms of like God knowing, um, well, we only kind of as from our perspective, we only really see that kind of manifest after in the afterlife. So how do we kind of still embrace that spirit of hope um, in this world as
Hmm.
opposed to like just having it all, manifest itself into hereafter.
Yeah, no, that's incredibly that's an incredibly important question, and I think you're absolutely right. And in fact, the verses we were just taking a look at today are focusing on this world, even beginning with Alaysa subhu biqarib, that it's here that it's going to manifest. That is, the darkest hour is before dawn. There will be sunlight, and then that wa alaysa lil insani illa ma sa'a وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى, that this is that you get what you strive for, so strive for it if you want it. As a, I guess, like as a net to fall back onto, that it depends on the person's attitude and where they are. So if a person is trying to achieve something and they think, well, I want to um I want to do this, I want to get there, then this is the message coming at you. But maybe sometimes you might not be in that on that kind of level or plateau. You might be looking at things from, oh, I did this and it all went to ruin. And you see, your perspective is different, your attitude is different. You're thinking, well, I was trying to do something good and it all ruined, or I was setting up this project and it failed, or I was doing this, nobody even saw what I did. Because look, it's natural, it is part of our fitrah to want to be acknowledged. There's nothing wrong. There's a verse of the Quran, um, that Allah, on the tongue of prophets, that وَجَعَلْ لِي لِسَانَ صِدْقٍ فِي الْآخِرِينَ, that and make those who come after me speak nicely about me. Because the question here was why? Like, you're dead. Why does it bother you whether people say nice things? Isn't this somewhat egoistic? That if I want people to say nice things about me, and the same there's another verse where there's actually a reprimand about people yuhibbuna and yuhmadu, that they want to be praised over certain. And here the companions asked, they said to the prophet, but all of us like to be praised. The prophet said, no, it's not talking about that. It's talking about people that are deceitfully or arrogantly doing things. And so it was a different context. Now, it's we want to be acknowledged, and we want our success to be acknowledged, we want us to be acknowledged, we want, you go to, if you've ever just as an observance, people go to certain, let's say, coffee shops, restaurants, cafes. They go to certain ones. Sometimes, okay, maybe the food is epic. Okay. Sometimes it's not even about that, because it might just be something standard like coffee. Let's say it's just okay, it's nice. Or it's not even about it being epic. And there may be a choice. Like, let's say you've got four different shops to go through, and they're relatively of equal distance. You'll note that people will go to places where they walk in, they get acknowledged. Like, you walk in and the guy says, Amin, how you doing? And you just, that acknowledgement, it
Yeah.
means a lot. Like, you'll notice, like, you kind of warm up to it. Like, you imagine you walk in today with a friend and you walk into this restaurant and this shop, and the guy from there says, Amin, and you just kind of, and it's just, it's nothing, but it's everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Mhm.
And I think from that attitude, sometimes we do things, and for some reason, you see, this is now the contingency plan. Plan A was you were going for it. This is the contingency where, in those odd circumstances where it kind of all just, nothing to show and it fails, and a person feels that, these verses are to just remind you that, look, to still bring you into some acknowledgement that, look, that God saw you. It didn't go to waste. It wasn't futile. That to try to raise your consciousness to that, well, God was watching me. And I guess it gives you some solace. It makes you feel that, yeah, and it doesn't matter. I tried hard and the rewards are with God then. They haven't actually gone to waste. So it changes the story, because your other story was, oh, this all went to waste. Oh, I wasted 5 years of my life. Oh, I wasted all this money. Oh, I wasted all. See, and this is a downward spiral. So it's taking it up the whole. Actually, you know what? Here it didn't mean anything, but there was goodwill, there was good intention, there were good ambitions. All of that, Allah, the reward is with God. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah. No, and then also like, does it kind of relate to that other verse that you mentioned a few weeks back? Like, Wallahu ma'akum wa la yatirakum a'malakum.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
That's so true.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's true, because you're right. A lot of these links, they are kind of like linked. Okay. Sorry, a lot of these verses are kind of linked. And because this is what they're doing. They're showing you that spirit
Yeah.
of, you keep going. And you got to look at it from a different perspective at times. Sometimes, you're down. Sometimes so you see the verses that, for example, they say in the Quran, if you did something, if you did something wrong, it was your doing. There's verses, if a calamity happens, it was your doing.
Mhm.
Now, let's say you're a person, and there's verses where it says, well, if the calamity, it's it's written by God. It's not your doing. Like, there's different verses. Now, you see, this is what that superpositional nature of the Quran. You could be, let's say, I'm someone, and you could be someone that has done something wrong. And now we're remorseful, or we read this and it hits us that, look, actually, you know what? This is, it is your doing. And you think, yeah, you know what? Actually, eh, I wasn't being so smart, and I messed up. And let me try now. Let me try again. Let me try to make amends. Let me try to fix things. Let me try to, set the record straight or realign my trajectory. Now, okay, you could be someone that is, circumstances have hit you. You haven't done anything. The COVID, you lost your job. Let's say a person lost, the markets have kind of like, you know, whatever dropped, and things have happened. So now it's not your doing. Now here the story is different. It's not about remorse. It's not about, here the story. It's that, well, you see these verses. Well, oh, everything is from God. Like, have patience, persevere, like, just hang in there a little. So they you can see them reflecting people's situations. Yeah, sure. So, okay, yeah. Was there any other thoughts or comment you'd like to share? And I'll also share the link out for people.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that's good. I'm sure there's other topics, but I think we'll keep on
Sure, man.
here.
No, I mean, absolutely. It's a pleasure. Take care. Stay blessed. Speak
Absolutely.
soon. Assalamu alaikum. People, that was Amin from Texas. All right, Texas. People.